our time away. All right. Yes, Casanovians, this is quite a unique live stream because we're going to do a pre-session coaching call. So I'm somewhere. Daniel's in Eastern Europe. He's just flown out from London to coach one of our Entourage members in person, one-to-one. He's also going to be doing some filming and feedback, which is a service that we offer, which is just a really incredible service where Daniel essentially goes out with you in a city and he films your approaches. He gives you feedback in real time because oftentimes you don't know what you don't know and you can't see what you can't see. So actually being able to view yourself from a third person perspective, it just breaks down everything in the best way possible. You can find out what you're shit at in order to improve fast, rather than just making the same mistakes for the next decade of your life, wondering why no woman wants to go on a date with you. And it's like, oh, you're dressing terrible, you're speaking too fast, whatever it is. So anyway, how's Eastern Europe treating you, Daniel?
Yeah, it's certainly a lot colder than London. As soon as I got off the plane, straight away just saw my breath leave my body as I was walking up, and I was like, yeah, okay, I am actually really glad that I brought a coat, considering I was at first hesitant, thinking like, am I going to be able to fit everything in that I want to? So if anything, much appreciated for sorting out the larger check-in suitcase.
Amazing, all ready for it, and thanks for organizing the live stream. So I think that, as you said, it's going to be very valuable because I have learned a lot of things along the way. And yeah, we'll be happy to kind of debrief, pre-brief, and to share it with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I think it would be good actually, just to give like an elevator pitch overview of maybe like just for the guys who don't know who you were before we started and who you are now 90 days later.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, I first. Where shall I start? Just about myself. So I'm 38 years old. I am based in London, and I run my own business. So over the past, like more than like 5 or 6, 10 years even, been always very busy. I'm quite happy with my career, and I was, to put it mildly, kind of less happy with my dating life. And that's when I reached out to you beginning this year. I think it was around maybe March or something. That when I literally kind of thought, you know what? So with me, as you described in previous live streams as well, so I had like some really, really bad relationship, very toxic relationship that actually grounded me severely and caused loads of health issues, which I needed to attend to, and like all kind of. It was so bad that basically I withdrew myself from the whole dating scene, for like 4 years. So basically, apart from drunk escapades, maybe in some dodgy strip club, I spent with my parents in London and stuff. And as I was like thinking, like, you know what, I actually would like to spend Christmas with a nice woman actually as well. And I thought, let me just go back on the dating apps. And it was after, I think last time I used those apps, maybe that was, around the time, so that bad relationship and stuff. So I got it actually from the apps. So, okay, I don't blame the apps for that. But anyway, that was when I got myself on the apps. And I remember I was scrolling, I thought like, this is bullshit with a capital B. This is like an absolute waste of time. And I thought like, come on, man, you can do better. And as I mentioned previously in my introductions, so I was involved in this whole early, day game, whatever they call PUA movement back in 2007-ish. And I did loads of cold approaching back then. So we're talking about 2009, 8. So that time period. I did it for like 3 years straight, and I was quite, quite fierce with that. The only problem is that, I had like a couple of workshops here and there from like those kind of traveling PAs who would kind of give you like a quick course, like, okay, this is the routine, this is how we deliver it, off you go. And so, I had some beginner's luck actually in the beginning. I was like 24 and had like this amazing experience with a woman in her late 40s. That was amazing. I couldn't get enough of it. But then after it, I thought like, yeah, now I can get more and better. And then it stagnated to a point that I actually kind of burned myself out with that. I remember it was 2011, and I was like, I just can't do it anymore. Literally mental block. And this is around the time when Tinder came out. So I got on that train and stuff. And yeah, so circling back to the Christmas this year, so I realized like, look, this is bullshit. And I started, and I knew like, look, you need to meet people organically. And like without sounding woo-woo, so I'm also an avid practitioner of law of assumption, of Neville Goddard, of anything around like this realm. And I remember that I did loads of those meditations on giving me. So I was actually asking the universe on the God to kind of put me in the right direction for this organic attraction, basically. Put it that way. And this is like literally how I came across your channel. So I started watching the live streams, started commenting. So Daniel was there in live streams as well. So I think we had some discussions in the comments. And then I decided, you know what? So I was also a bit kind of hesitant. I thought like, oh man, am I ready? And I would like to take on to commit. And I thought, fuck, I'm ready. And this is when we eventually sealed the deal, and I got into Entourage in April this year, and we had our immersion in June. So before the immersion, I spent some time with you guys online on meetings, our weeklies, to get myself in the right state of mind. Obviously, I had you can imagine that I had all the cognitive things in my head, like, oh God, I was like such a fucking nerd, sorry, pardon my French, but so when we started filming, it was quite embarrassing to see myself, back in the screen and doing some stupid stuff, like girl who was like really, this girl from Leicester Square,
Yeah.
let's it
When we had our first filming session together, because in fact it's probably worth noting that this is going to be our third, I think.
Yes.
Because we
had
London.
You did London, we did Amsterdam, and this is going to be our third.
And our Eastern European country.
That's right. Yes.
So when after then you worked, you reached out to Kristian. How quickly after that was it then that we had our first session?
I think I reached out to Kristian in March, maybe end of March, and our session was beginning of June because Kristian was traveling and had some other commitments in other countries. So by the time we got to London, it was like April, May, like 2.5 months maybe. So in 2.5 months I could do. And what Kristian told me then is like as preparation, not to do stuff on my own, because I tried to do it and it was lousy, and I thought like, oh, there you go, you see. So basically just to be social. I just tried. So I tried to talk to bartender, go to Cafe Nero and talk to like whatever the baristas there, just chit chat to neighbors and stuff.
So you actually got some momentum in place then before we actually worked together.
Yes. And then when we started working together, then I was like, okay, man, how was it in 2008? You remember? Yes, I remember. You were all for it. And I remember when we got to Liverpool Street Station, and I remember I started like really thinking like, before it was all right, but I was like, as I was on the tube, like the nerves, like, oh my God, as I was approaching Liverpool Street Station, I was like, shit. And then we got there, I was like...
But it's like that with everyone. I mean, I think for every person that I've ever filmed, I mean, maybe even Kristian can kind of relate to this as well. When you came to me for that first filming session during the lockdowns, everyone was nervous.
Yeah,
there's something that can feel very scary when you've now got the added pressure of having a camera on you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I always kind of jokingly say to people, I'm like the least intimidating camera guy that you'll ever come across.
Right.
Because I inherently understand how nerve-wracking it can be just when like, right, if I don't perform, I've now got proof of how bad I am when I'm on camera.
If I'm honest with you, for me it didn't matter. I was just even if you didn't have the camera, I would have shot myself. Yeah.
But it's the fact though that you would have had this healthy pressure. You now have someone holding you accountable.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
To be like, if you don't take action, then you're only wasting your own time.
That's right. Exactly. So you have this pressure from yourself. Like, look, come on, you have to, because when you're on your own, it's very easy to kind of trick yourself, even though now I'm much better at controlling it. So this is something that I want to.
Yeah. But I remember you did a really good job during that first session and even the second session as well.
Thank you.
Which is why, like, I've got no doubt, even for the time with me being here, I think you'll do a really good job anyway. I think as long as you're just going, speaking to people very easily and happily, having conversations, not putting too much pressure on yourself as you do it, and kind of what we spoke about just before the call of like, just do it for the reps. You're doing it because you want to get this feedback on yourself. You want to see what you look like on camera. You want to understand how over the last few months, have you still got any bad habits or mannerisms that need changing? How is your behavior as you're speaking to the girls? How's your mindset in particularly as well as you're going out?
Yeah.
So that's certainly even then something that I'll be able to help you with. And I mean, I don't think I'd even said it in the time that I've been here, but I mean, you should be really proud of the fact that you are traveling on your own and you're approaching on your own with not really anyone pushing you. You're doing that yourself. Like you said, that with the Entourage group, in fact, you'll probably agree on this, but that the guys had all agreed that that Richie should be doing an approach, at least one approach every single day.
Right.
And at the very least, you've done that, which is fantastic.
Yes. Just to add to this, exactly. So when I got to this location, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it very efficiently. So for the accountability, that's what the group is really good for. So I posted there, look, I will do at least one a day. And also to add to the whole story is like I have some days are extremely busy. I'm working long hours from early mornings to like even like late in the nights. People are still bothering me, meetings, calls, non-stop. And it pisses me off a lot. You see how I talk about it, because sometimes I'm really pissed off. And I still cut out some time because I thought, you know what, I just have no excuse. So I push myself out there. And yes, I have done consistently at least one a day. And most of the time it's more. And also, I'm not saying like one lousy a day, not to like ask some granny for directions. No, one quality approach a day. And this is something that I want to.
Very good. I mean, anyone who works for themselves, or hell, anyone who's actually got a job knows after you've done hours upon hours of hard work or labour, you're absolutely knackered. You don't want to do anything afterwards.
And your mind is in a different state. You know, so and with me, you know that you said hours after hours you have done, but the shit never stops because it literally never bloody stops. So
you should be very proud of yourself that even through that hardship. Well, I say hardship. It's not. I mean, it's a job, but I mean, even just through that,
it's mental. Like, of course, I mean, I'm grateful, and don't get me wrong. You know, like I love what I'm doing, and I'm doing. Obviously, it's my choice. It's just like I'm kind of have this privilege of complaining about things. But what I want to highlight is without. I'm not. By no means, I'm not shaming anyone, but I'm just saying, like, look, if I can do it with this schedule, right? Why can somebody like, I remember when I had like, for example, an office job somewhere in London. Yeah, I had loads of time. I had like loads of time when I'm commuting in, when I'm on my lunch break, after like whatever, 6 o'clock, all the time is mine. Now I have like always people can call me like after the moment, like at any moment. I go out, approach, and I think like, oh shit, I only have like an hour before some boring meeting or some stressful meeting. So what I'm saying is, what is the key component here? That's the will, because I really want it. And I really am committed. So so if I was, let's say, half-assed about it, I wouldn't be able to do it. So this is the whole thing. And I think that loads of people who, in any space, but also in this space, They come in there like, oh yeah, it would be nice, but like same as look, what would be a good example? Like bodybuilding. Yeah, I have absolutely zero interest in bodybuilding. Yeah, do I want to have like Arnold Schwarzenegger body? If I, with the click of my fingers, if I could get it, yeah. But I'm not going to put all the effort that Arnold Schwarzenegger put into it. But yeah, he had this desire to become this Mr. Olympia, and he got it. So there's no magic there. It's pure will. If you have the will, you'll find the way.
Yeah, I think it's
So
I think it's different for you now as well, because this time when you're going to be going out there and approaching and getting feedback, getting filmed, like you're actually in a place of abundance this time. Like
yeah,
you've got your girlfriend now, so like
that's right.
it's
Yes,
a
so I need to watch out for the girlfriend in the streets.
yeah, but like it's how's that going to make you feel going into these approaches, knowing that you're already in this state now of romantic abundance, because
Yeah,
it's not been like this for a long time. Like when we
that's
first
right.
started, it was complete
Yes,
scarcity for the past 4 years. And now when you're
correct.
going out there, you've already got your phone book filled with girls who actually want to go on dates with you. And you've already got yourself a girlfriend in this
Yes.
new city that you're in. So how's that gonna, or how has that been changing the way that you've actually gone out and been doing your approaches?
Good question. To be honest with you, if I'm looking at the technicality and stuff, I would surprise you with the answer. I'll say like not much. However, with like maybe the mindset, it's like it takes some pressure off, especially in terms of the motivation. Because I remember, especially when I was doing that stuff on my own, like 20 years ago, I thought like there's a doubt, like, yeah, am I doing the right thing? Does it actually work? Maybe I'll better go on Tinder or something like that, or whatever dating app was up, like say site, not apps. So in this case, I actually consistently have proven to myself, not only by getting the relationship, but also by getting loads of in betweens, like dates, like dates and beyond, as well, call it that way. Um, which has proven me like time and time again that what I'm doing is very effective, because the caliber of girls that I'm pulling, if you're using this word, there's no way I would be able to do that on the apps, even with a super profile, because of the girls like that, they're not on the apps. So and as I probably said, I focus on quality a lot. Quality, like what I want, and not like she looks like she's up for it. Okay, let's do it. No way. I let loads of opportunities. Remember, Kristian, right? So I let loads of opportunities slide in London and Amsterdam, and I was like, you know what? I could have gotten her, but I'm not. She's not really that exciting. So let's leave it. Whereas I think some guys will say like, yeah, take it because there's nothing else. I say, I know, I have this abundance. So so back to the question, how it makes me feel now is I kind of more I have obviously the full belief and confidence and proof that okay, this thing works. There's just no doubt about it. Before I had the belief, now I have the proof that it works. And also it's like does it make me a bit more relaxed in the way I approach? Maybe, subconsciously, I think. Like I know that so also I don't take what I call it, rejections and things like too seriously. Like of course they suck. I mean sorry there's no sugarcoating on that, like yeah, but it doesn't affect me that much. I like, all right, well, I just need to do some acquisition next day. That's it. And yeah, so this abundance also even within the relationship, like yeah, if the girl is if she's a bit grumpy and stuff, back in the day I would be terrified, like, oh my god, she's grumpy, oh how can yeah, she's gonna dump me, whatever. Now I remember, yeah, I told you guys, like, well, whatever, yeah, if it ends or if not, I'm fine either way. Really, I'm so relaxed. I'm lying there next to her, I'm thinking, what, I'm so chill, I I don't care really. And this is a very liberating feeling. So it definitely, I think the biggest thing here is it proves to yourself, because you can see like lots of other guys getting it and you can know or believe in it. But once you have gotten it yourself, that's when it's just automatic. It just becomes like you just know that this is the way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that statement that proof is more important than belief. I think that's
Yeah,
really, really beautifully expressed because you can believe in something, like
yeah,
you can believe that the discipline of cold approach could yield results, but then once you actually get the results for yourself, the belief gets transmuted into proof, undeniable
exactly,
proof.
exactly.
So, because I think that's a big common issue for guys, like guys who follow a lot of this content, is I can see that it works, but will it work for me? And that's why,
Mm.
like, there's theory is never going to replace action. Like, you can see me get results, you can see Daniel get results. Guys can hear about your stories of where you've gone from to now having your girlfriend experience. At one point, you did 100 direct cold approaches in a week. Like, guys
Yeah,
can hear about all this stuff. But like until they experience it for themselves, they can have belief, but belief without proof,
yeah,
it's not enough. So that's why
yeah,
we're trying to push as much as possible on these streams. That this
yes,
theory side of thing, it's only going to get you so far. You know, you can spend the next decade of your life consuming content, but then you get to 10 years down the line, it's like, the fuck did I do with my life? I just watched other people live. And it's not a good
yes,
place to be. So yeah, we really just want to put these streams together to inspire people to take massive action. Even if you
yeah,
don't think you're in a great position right now, there are people who have been in worse positions than you who are now living better
yeah,
dating lives than you are.
yes,
So it's like you say all the time in the Entourage, it's discipline over desire. That's what it comes down
right.
to. It's how much do you want it? What are you prepared to do? Not your best. Do what's necessary. So I think I really like that. We've got 2 minutes left. What do you want to get out of today? In the final 2 minutes of conversation, what would be best case scenario by the end of today?
Uh, I would say like 80% of all the approaches that we have done would be of quality in terms of, um, the actual um, quality in terms of like, so I have like this little checklist, right? So you stopped well, so you come across with your, well, like big dick energy or whatever it is. So don't, no platonic chit chats, the girl is of your liking. And either way, close or not close, I think just to make it consistent, just to see consistent quality, I think that's more important than like any whatever, like happy endings and stuff. So making sure that quality is a consistent habit, quality of the approach itself. That's, I think, is my goal. And just a quick one. So, for example, I was exercising with a personal trainer, and he just corrected me like, "Oh, I was kind of sticking out my shoulder during some of the exercises." And there's no way I would see that myself. So I would be doing the exercise with that. And this is analogy here is just to see like maybe some things, so surely are some things which I wouldn't be able to spot um, by myself, but it would be very easy to see when you see yourself in third person.
Yeah,
All about quality. That's the motto today.
100%. It's like, all the best athletes. Like, you look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi. Like, they all surround themselves with the best coaches. Like, the best players don't become the best players without guidance. So everybody needs guidance. It's like, I go to Muay Thai training. I train with absolute savages. I invest into business mentors. So it's like, you don't know what you don't know. So you find people who've got the skill that you want, and then you just learn from them. You do exactly what they say. If somebody is further ahead than you in a specific avenue, then you just learn from them. You get around those people, and then you become successful through osmosis. So yeah, okay, we'll wrap it up there. This has been really cool. We're gonna continue these streams throughout the week. We're gonna document Richie's time in Eastern Europe, the highs, the lows, everything along the way. We're just gonna bring everybody along for the journey. So yeah, if you boys appreciate this documentary, we'll call it, then drop the stream a like. We're gonna do plenty more of them, and yeah, just best of luck to Richie and Daniel today. Go out there, smash it out the park, and yeah, just report on your findings from Eastern Europe. Okay.
100%. Yes,
All
we'll keep
right.
you posted and inspired.
Stay sexy.
Bye, guys.